to decide you want to restore a Confederate monument to Arlington National Cemetery. What tradition are extreme MAGA Republicans, including Representative D'Esposito, Representative Molinaro, and Representative Williams, upholding? What Confederate tradition are you upholding? Is it slavery, rape, kidnap, Jim Crow, lynching, racial oppression, or all of the above?
We have learned that he has been found guilty on all 3 counts. Hunter Biden was charged with 2 felony counts for lying on a form, required to purchase a firearm in 2018. Then there was a 3rd charge, also a felony for being in possession of a firearm while abusing or being addicted to drugs.
Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us.
tick faster. That'll be the hour they knock the slick blaster. Dick dastardly, a Muttley with sick laughter. A gunfighter, they come to cut the mix master. And live living the true gods. Giving y'all nothing but the lick like two broads. Got more lyrics than the church got ooh lords. And they hold the mic get your attention like two swords. Or you the one with two blades on it. Hey you, don't touch the mic like it's AIDS on it.
All right. Welcome once again to the Beatzilla PDX official show. I am your host, Beatzilla PDX officially. And this is the weekly wrap up. As you are coming in, if you are watching this, of course, on YouTube, please hit that like button, family. And if you are watching on X, get on over here to the YouTube channel and make sure you subscribe. Also hit that like button, share, and subscribe to this channel as well. The Beatzilla PDX official channel on YouTube, as well as you can hit that notification bell after you do subscribe. Hit the word all, that way you'll be notified anytime this channel goes live or a video is uploaded. As well, you can join this channel and become a member as well. And the members can tell you that they actually see some of these videos before y'all. Sometimes maybe more than a day before the video might air. And so that's just one of the perks of being a member of this channel and supporting that way. With that being said, I appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in on this Friday Eve. Going into Juneteenth weekend. For those of you who are traveling to Washington, D.C., those of you who are in D.C., moving around and shaking, y'all be good and safe out there for the rally for reparations, hosted and put on by our brother Tariq Nasheed. And of course, you got good folks speaking, people that have been here on this broadcast, people that are good, solid contributors to this good movement, such as Dr. Randy Short. You got Brother Afro Elite. You got our good brother Black Alpha Network. And also you have Dr. Mayat. And I believe Reza's also on this particular panel as well, speakers. So, and if I forgot anybody, please forgive me. Vicky Dillard. And I think that's, and Big Daddy Kane is performing. So salute to everybody who is making their way out to DC for this Juneteenth holiday weekend, or pre-holiday, shall we say. And for those of you who are doing things in your own neck of the woods, we have things going on here in this city. Of course, it's been nice, and now they're forecasting rain, but the show goes on nonetheless. So for those of you who are participating in Juneteenth festivities, salute to each and every one of you. Black first. So with that being said, let's get on over here and do as we do. Where is my chat? Okay, there it is. It just vanished for a second. What's going on? Hold on. All right. We got our brother Dominique Devereaux in the house. Shout out to you. Yes, indeed. Bent over, kissing his hand. And the irony of all of this, thank you, Dominique Devereaux, for being here and early, by the way. This is literally a Juneteenth celebration, and this is what you see. And and also, this is a Juneteenth celebration, but make no mistake what Billy Porter was there to represent. Pride! Yeah, if you didn't hear what he just said, I'll play it one more time. Pride! So everybody else is there for Juneteenth. He's there for pride. So, let that be where it is. That's what he's on. So, making sure he is a mascot to push an agenda. I mean, this is just so odd. But we're going to get to that. Nonetheless, Patricia Slade in the building. Jersey City is here. Black First. Thank you for being here as well, my good sister, Patricia Slade. And we got our good sister, Judah Queen in the building. Black First, my good sister, Shalom, as always. I appreciate you for being here, being on deck as a moderator, and, of course, holding it down as a member. So salute to you, my good sister. Always good to see you in the house. And we got Oyela's Cadence in the building. Greetings, everyone. Thank you for being here, Oyela's Cadence. We are officially international. And Lady Effa in the building, Black First, Columbus, Ohio, checking in. Thank you for being here, my good sister. Appreciate you as always. And thank you for being a member. Yes, indeed. And Judah Queen says, nice to see y'all in the chat, fam. Yes, indeed. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. So again, we are live right now on this Friday Eve. David Boyd in the building, Black First, and Shalom to beatzillapdx mods and chat. Bronx, New York is in the house. I appreciate you for being in the house, my good brother. And we got AO God in the house. Yo, what it do? Yes, indeed. Appreciate you for being here, Black First. And we got DSM Sinister in the building, Black First family. And to you, good brother, I appreciate you as well, my good brother. And we got our good brother, dark-skinned brother in the house, Shalom, my Beatzilla, my warrior brother. I appreciate you, my good brother, and thank you for being here, being a moderator, and being a member. Appreciate it. Oh, man. Yeah, that's silly, Porter. That is silly, Porter. One who cares in the building. Salute to you, one who cares. Thank you for being here. And thank you for what you send me over there on Instagram. So I appreciate you as well. Thank you for being here, Black First. And we have Woolly Tresses in the building. Salute to you, Woolly Tresses. That name kind of seems new. So if you have changed your handle and whatnot, let me know. Let me know what your previous handle was, or if you are new. Welcome. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you. And we have our good sister, Rhonda Smith, in the building. Thank you for being here, Rhonda Smith. Salute to you. Good evening. Hell, you are from NC, North Carolina, in the building. All right. Thank you for being here, my good sister. Appreciate you. And we have Karen Armstrong in the building. Black First, Karen Armstrong. Thank you for being here this evening as well. All right. And we got in the mix radio. What's going on, my good brother from St. Louis? Black First, I appreciate you for being here. Oh, you said you have 3. Oh, you got 3 different handles. Okay. Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. You said that was a Pride Fest at the White House. It wasn't supposed to be, but yeah, that's debatable. It's debatable. So again, we're talking about Juneteenth. Of course, this is the weekly wrap up. And man. Also we're talking about Joe Biden, Hunter Biden rather. And the case that he is now convicted. He has a whole nother case as well. So we're going to see how that works out for him. Crew Reality Grand Negus in the house. I appreciate you for being here, brother, and being a member. Appreciate it, Black First. And we got one who cares is from St. Louis. All right. Got another St. Louis in the house. All right. St. Louis representing this evening. Appreciate it. So let's see, where are we going first? I think we'll just go straight to this White House thing. Because this is well, these guys are doing the most, weren't they? Yeah. They're real excited to be there. I'm very happy to be here. Greg Carr. Not sure who the other dude is. Obviously, they're all from the same fraternity. So that says a lot. That says a lot. And then there's this picture. So the brother who's sitting next to President Joe Biden, that's George Floyd's brother. For those who unfamiliar, that's George Floyd's brother. What about to say Felonious? That's not his name. Thessalonius. But before I get to this year's festivities, I want to play something from last year's festivities. But real quick, I'm sure some of y'all have seen this, and I'm just there's going to be some things I want to just go over this evening with this, because these folks are really trying to, and when I say these folks, I mean the Democratic shills are really trying to figure out how to repair the damage of Joe Biden, his whole administration, and they're really trying hard to repair it. Obviously, this plantation jubilee at the White House is definitely a key part of it. But let's just take a flashback and see from last year, because they always break out Opal Lee. And why did my mic just cut off? Okay, hopefully y'all can still hear me, because I can't hear myself. My mic just completely went dead. Hopefully you can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can. Hopefully I'm not like radio silent. Okay. Obviously y'all can still hear me. Okay. I don't know what happened on my end. But here, so what I want to do is play this video from last year with Opal Lee giving her speech. So check this out.
Hello, young people. And no, you are all not young people if you're not 96. Please, could I just say this to you, young folk? Make yourself a committee of one to change somebody's mind. If people can be taught to hate, they can be taught to love. And it's up to you to do it. We are the most powerful country in the whole United States. And we must get together and get rid of the disparities, the joblessness and homelessness and health care that some people can get and others can't, and climate change that we are responsible for. And if we don't do something about it, we're all going to hell in a handbasket.
And with that.
Oh, if you don't stop.
And with that. And with that, I thank you, Ms. Opal Lee, for your years of advocacy, leadership, and truth-telling.
Wow. I mean, okay, where do I begin? I mean, first off, I was thinking about this earlier, and as I address this, we have to look at the generation before us. And this is why a lot of people always want to refer us and say, look back at the elders and look back at what they would think and think of what they would say and blah, blah. No, we don't need to. Because what we need to do is learn from their mistakes and make new choices for a new direction, for a better future. That's the point. So if we understand, see what they say, know the history. Why? Because sometimes there are highs and lows and everything, goods and bads. There's an even balance to what they did in civil rights that was positive and that was also negative. And we can look from the negative aspect of it and say, how do we rectify that? One way that we can do it is to be honest with what that absolutely is. If you hear what she's talking, if one could be taught to hate, talking like that is what doomed generations. You understand? Talking just like that is exactly what doomed our generations. And the man that she's up there for, his administration, is he himself personally with Strom Thurmond is responsible for a lot of the harm that has came to the Black community by way of legislation, because he was raised, him and Hillary Clinton, by the way, raised to be segregationists. And you know how you perfect anti-Black legislation is you put it in Democratic policy. So you have all of these Negroes who have been on the front line for Jesus, meaning the Democratic Party. Because at the end of the day, I think 2020, 21, and the whole thing that went on should have told everybody all they needed to know about the church. All the faith in the world went into Dr. Fauci. And whatever came out of the CDC or president's mouth, whatever they say goes. This coming from the one sect of people who say they believe their God can raise the dead, heal the sick, make the blind to see, and make the lame to walk. But as soon as them white folks came and told them, you go get in this line here, what did they do? Yes, a boss, stick it right on in me. You just knows what's best for me, sir. I don't make no trouble. I'm just go ahead and stick my arm out and take it. I'm not asking what's in it. Because this man over here, who is my Jesus, this is what you have to understand about that generation, family. They look at them folks as God. And this, now, I'm telling you, boy, if messing with them. Are you kidding? You sat up here and turned all of your attention to what was coming out the devil's mouth and couldn't recognize Satan speaking to you while he's spitting in your face, telling you something that you know can't possibly be true. Because here's one thing that I cannot get over hearing about all of this election and how we're missing voters. We're not talking at all about the impact of the lives lost during the pandemic that put an impact on voting, are we? We're not hearing anything like that, are we? Is that happening anywhere? We didn't hear that during the midterms. I'm just saying, you have to know when people are speaking to you that you probably should not be listening to. Oh, yeah, and like I said, with all the things, and they're over there grilling Fauci, where's Dr. Kizzy? Anybody heard from Dr. Kismikia? Is she still on the earth? Makes you wonder. You haven't seen her in a while now, have you? I know here, Dr. Kizzy, where's she at? Because, I mean, there's somebody who I absolutely know told me for a fact to my face. I was skeptical at first, but you know what made me change my mind is that knowing a black woman was involved with creating. All they had to do was break. Okay. See, you know, when you start dealing with people that really truly believe these people have like some kind of best interest for black people in their heart or in their agenda. But this is 2024. Why are black people in this situation in America if that was the case? I mean, it's amazing to me that you still, all you got to do, see, what you got to do is learn how to love them. And see, we got to be the ambassadors of love. When they want to come with hate, we just going to love them to death. While they gunning your relatives down in the damn grocery store. Are you kidding? No. Y'all was praying with them in the church. Got gunned down in the church. You're not going to love that away. TT Summers in the building. Thank you for being here, TT Summers. I appreciate it. People, man, we going to love them away. Stop. No, you not finna do none of that. And they not finna serve you up none of that either. Openly, now young people, come on now. So what you got to do is just do what you need to do and get friendly with them, and then maybe they'll like you back. And then, man, miss me. Kermit S. Wingfield, salute to you, brother. Thank you for being here. Black First. Judah Queen, do you remember when I played the video? This is my old, so for those of y'all who've been with me for a while, you remember the video I did from here about Portland and showing you the when the one reverend from Mount Olivet, one of the places I was at, not at the time though, but the pastor at the time was like, "We'll see what we need to do. They don't have to. We don't work. They don't work for us. We work for them. So we got to get around them so they could, learn to like us." And see, that's the mindset of a lot of that generation. It's a foot in the grave. They still look at we's being accepted. Y'all just making trouble. Look at where we've came. We could see the reality because we're living it, and we have generations behind us that like, oh no, this is no future. Well, see, what needs to be doing is integrating, and all that integrating. We didn't integrate. We intersected. And I think that's really the one thing that should probably be used more so than integration. We didn't integrate. We intersected. And when you intersect, the breakdown of those words, something has to die for all the rest of the intersection to thrive. So at that connection, only one, and obviously we have been that one, is going to be in a position that is basically means to an end. Now that we're sitting up here talking about reparations, you are hearing a whole lot of people crying. But not only are we talking about reparations, this is the tangible era, and folks ain't fooling with these old white folks who had one foot in the grave, senile, should be in a home somewhere. RBJ in the house, thank you for being here. Black First from South Carolina. Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it. And no longer asleep. Hello, salute to you. Thank you for being here. Black First. Yeah. And the Church of Black Power is in the building. Salute to you. Thank you for being here, Black First. And Real Women Don't Do Nonsense is in the building as well. Black First, thank you for being here as well. Appreciate you. So let me get this article real quick because, like I said, it's like a plantation celebration. This is ridiculous. However, they're going to get you. Come on now. I wanted to go to the root because we already know the root's going to give you this type of sentiment. So I really wanted to. I wanted to just see how they put it because they was going to make it look real nice. Man, he's over there. Commander-in-Chief is looking so presidentially presidential. Stop. Frankenstein trying to come out here and act like he caping for black folks all of a sudden. Man, remember what this is really all about. Right! Now, in the midst of this, and Joe Biden going out there making black folks think that they liked, this also happened. Look how they all reposition themselves. What's that? What's going on over there? Yeah. Oh, we're all going to come over and get in the picture now. Let me put on my sunglasses. Oh, where am I? I think I just pooped my pants. Yep, I pooped it. Oh my goodness, this is brutal. I'm gonna go. Oh, he's messing with the parachute. Let me go see that. But black folks, don't you believe your lying eyes?
But I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
So it's Jason Black, is it either Jason Black or Professor Black? Says about the rot. The best moments from the White House Juneteenth celebration, star-studded event was about unity, progress, and blackness. It's kind of funny because as much as they was doing and trying to do, can't help but notice the absence of Fat Joe. As much as they've been trying to interweave him in the blackness, notice how Fat Joe ain't there. On Monday, June 10th, President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris gave powerful remarks at their Juneteenth concert, which took place on the White House lawn. Biden's speech was used to warn attendees how Republicans are trying to set Black America back. Like 3 strikes laws or mandatory sentencing or the disparity over crack and cocaine. Really? Oh, the irony in that, but we'll get to that. Quote, taking away your freedoms, making it harder for Black people to vote or have your vote counted, closing doors of opportunity, attacking the values of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Did you just throw an acronym for DEI at a Juneteenth crowd? What do we need diversity and inclusion for? No, we need equity. You can stop. We can start the conversation right there. We don't need diversity in our equity. We just need the equity. We are a unique group of people who have a unique claim here in this country. No one else has it. Although a lot of outsiders and pretenders and third, fourth, fifth generation immigrants believe that they have been here long enough to tell us what we're due and not. When our answer, well, man, black people couldn't do this. Let's be clear on where you come from. America is filled with white peasant lineage. And that's why you think they get so upset as we was kings and that's why they do all of that. All of y'all come from peasants. This your best life over here. Why do you think all these other immigrants want to come over here and be like them? They watched the crap of Europe come over here and turn up. Now they ruling the world. This ain't no elite society. Why you think it's so degenerate? With a bastard language, you don't even got to own your own speech here. This is still derivative of a more civilized culture. This is, let this whole Caitlin Clark thing play out and how people's perception is playing. For those of you who can actually watch these fever games, they put enough of them on TV or on streaming services, you should be able to see with your own eyes. That girl is scrawny, undersized, and all she can do is shoot. She's like the girl who, for some reason, I think that was like a story before, like a cartoon. I know the Boondocks did it. Like Riley had mad handles, so they thought and got the illusion that he was this big star. And then they took him and was hyping him up, but he couldn't shoot. He could dribble, but he couldn't shoot. Caitlin Clark is a point guard who you don't hear about her having assist records. You hear her about having scoring records. That is a little unique within itself. So you need to start asking some questions. Why is it unique? And then you watch her play and be like, oh, you never even taught her how to play defense. She couldn't guard the backside of a store. I mean, oh yeah, man, her defense is a little lackluster. Her defense is invisible. It's almost like she's learning defense now at a professional level. I mean, we're sitting up there watching her run from the ball. Me and my wife was looking at this like, she looks like she never learned defense. She's like the girl that just, oh, wow, she can shoot, so let's put her out there. Like, so the little machine at the fair or whatever, the little the thing that you shoot all the time and the little balls could come down. It's like, oh, she was mad talented at that. But I mean, hey, this is what I see. I see the overhyping. And so the reality of the overhyping, like, the rankings right now are putting Angel Reese higher as a rookie than a Caitlin Clark, and these folks are losing their minds. So it tells you something. And so it goes to show when you start getting into conversations about like being around, like what that Opal Lee was just talking about, that generation wants to get with the old garb of like white America. So their mentality is like, oh, well, you just have to love them and see, we gonna just show them that we can be, that we just as loving, as kind of people as they are. Your ancestors was in slavery in this country for 200, almost 300 years. And then had all kind of hell and turmoil ever since. I don't know how you tell the young that it's on us and the generations behind my group because we were the ones targeted by all of this guy's policies. We broke that down here. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that these folks are literally out here on like a plantation celebration jubilee with Joe Biden while he's the guy that is responsible for making felons out of multitude of black men. And Billy Porter, this buck broken Negro here, is over here bowing down to kiss this man's hand. This is insanity. Absolute insanity. Nonetheless, let me see. There are some things I want to play from this festive eve. Let me see, because some of this has music on it, so I don't want to play no music. And then what's the deal with black folks having to play? Like, play that nice gospel music. And yeah, that's another thing. They made it really about gospel music too, which was kind of interesting. Can't help but notice that it's a lot of gospel music while you have Billy Porter over here in a dress and what appears to be Dallas Cowboy cheerleader boots. It's just a mess. It's just a mess. But let's hear this real quick before I go on with this article. Joe Biden, he freezes. Look at him. Oh, this is absolutely painful. Look at Joe Biden now. I really want y'all to pay attention. Felonious Floyd, brother of the late George Floyd, Ryder Biden seems to notice the concerning pause. And you got black folks out here like, man, this is still our best option. Do you see how far gone this man is? Are y'all witnessing? Are y'all witnessing how far gone this dude is? And I'm telling you, every shield at this meeting is finna come out the woodwork like, man, y'all, we need to go home. Man, we absolutely got to get Joe Biden because he love us, man. He like us. Oh, Lord. This man didn't know where he was. Look at the linebacker in the back. Y'all see her? Oh, yeah, there she go. There she go. Simone Lawrence Taylor's Simone Lawrence Taylor Sanders. Oh Lord. Okay, here now he's talking. Let's hear how he sounds.
Medal of Freedom, Miss Opal Lee as well, the grandmother of Juneteenth. She knows so long as she's denied, our freedom can never be secured. Her decades-long march brought her here to the White House when she stood by my side as I signed the Juneteenth federal holiday.
Oh, I'm so happy I got that pen. Oh, Lord, yes. I got the pen he signed it with. I mean, oh, this is the pen right here. It's so special. It's going to go up on the wall. Oh, Lord Jesus, look, I got the behind. He signed it. It's a holiday. Salute and shout out, rest in peace, one Miss Mother Clara Peoples, the true mother of Juneteenth. That's why they do that. Oh, well, Opa Lee is the regarded mother of Juneteenth. Like I said, salute Mother Clara Peoples, the mother of Juneteenth. From here, Portland, Oregon. We did that story here as well. So, you know, I don't necessarily tie when I'm doing a topic about like historical things from Portland, it won't necessarily have it in the title. I remember somebody went through, combed through my videos and like, where you got all of these videos and not one about Portland because I don't put it in the title. But those of you who actually follow this broadcast would be like, oh no, he's talked about that all the time. But I don't title my broadcast that way. So, yeah, there's that. Yeah, that's those things that the people tend to hold on to. Let's see. Before we go on, before I finish reading this article, let me see. I see some folks that came in here. See where y'all at. Yes, indeed. I see Keith Prince in the building. Salute, Keith Prince. Thank you for being here, Black First, and thank you for being a member. Appreciate it. And when Kermit, he calls it the rock. That's right. Blueberry Muffin in the building. Salute, Blueberry Muffin. Thank you for being here, Black First. Yes, indeed. My I-5 compadre. And let's see, who else came in here? Is that it? We got Nightbot on deck. Holding it down. Thank you, Nightbot. Yes. Let's see. I think I got everybody. All right. Cyberdyne 100. Thank you for the donation, the CashApp donation. I appreciate it. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be upon you and yours. Yes, indeed. Cyberdyne 100. He ain't even in the chat yet. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Yes, indeed. Salute to you. Yes, indeed. Cyberdyne 100 in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Black First, Cyberdyne, what's going on? Yes, indeed. Appreciate you for being here. Yeah, let's see. No longer asleep. Say, you know that beautician needs money. They need money too. Oh, you already know. So let's see. So now just taking a quick glance at what we saw. I want to go back to how the root, aka the rot, was going to spin it. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, and going back to his quote about values of diversity, equity, and inclusion. If you can believe it, banning books about black experience. Now, that's American history. Quote: America is a promise of freedom, liberty, and justice. The story of Juneteenth, as we celebrate it, is the story of our ongoing fight to realize that promise, not for some, but for all. Harris also stated. Let me dissect this quote. And so for those of y'all who will come in here, man, y'all just always hating on El Kamala and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, she was real crafty with the wordplay. Not really that crafty, but never forget.
So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people. No.
So she begins to say, America is a promise. No, America made a promise. A promise of reparations. A promise of liberty and justice. See, what she did was America is a promise of freedom. Scratch all that BS right there. America made a promise of reparations, liberty, and justice. See, if you just change right there that phrasing, that actually means something. But when you're not trying to do anything for Black folks, you take what should be there, replace it with now what fits for all. Because how does she get to all? Because see, if it said America made a promise, then you have to talk to the people or about the people to whom that promise was made and what was promised. So she says America is a promise because that's a promise to everyone else who was not a product of America's bondage. That's how you could get to freedom, liberty, and justice, because no white man had to respect any rights of a Black man. So none of that applies to the descendants of chattel slavery here. It does apply to all the people who came here, those white peasants. That's who that applies to. The story of Juneteenth, which is about slavery. So this is still all in Kamala's quotes. So for anybody, all you Kamala fans, this is her words now. So if America is a promise of freedom, liberty, and justice, how do we have the story of Juneteenth? If America is just what you said, how do we have the story of Juneteenth? So if you guys think that this speech is, oh man, y'all playing semantics. No, this is they don't put BS speechwriters up here now. This is very tactical. I'm just showing you how tactical it really actually is. How maniacal, demonic, and evil it is, because it's a diversion tactic to get you from caring about your own well-being because you're close to somebody who appears that they can change your circumstance. Really, they only have you near them to further their own circumstance. That's just a big giant photo op. None more, none less. So, nonetheless, she goes on to say the story of Juneteenth, as we celebrate it, is the story of our ongoing fight to realize that promise. No. The story of Juneteenth is about freed slaves that were still being held after the Emancipation Proclamation. That's what Juneteenth is about. That's why there's a flag. And that's why the Texas star is ingrained in the flag of Juneteenth. And it literally has a date. It's a flag with a date. But what are they saying? And she's going to sit up here, host all of these Black folks for Juneteenth, and tell you that the story of Juneteenth. Number one, Juneteenth isn't a story, the history. I'm telling you how demonic this woman is and this administration. This ain't no love for Black folks. This is absolute disdain with a smile. We don't celebrate slavery. We have to honor the history of Juneteenth. That's what we are doing. That's what we have done, is honored the history of Juneteenth, honoring our ancestors who were and did not make it out of captivity in America. if you let her tell it, it comes off as celebrating one thing and then not remembering the other. Black folks was free. But what about all of those victims who never saw the free side of slavery? You think that all of these people who thought to memorialize Northern soldiers to where we have Memorial Day now, celebrating Juneteenth somehow would not honor those souls who died on plantations? But instead of giving any type of reverence or honor to the actual ancestors, because see, don't let people tell you Juneteenth's a day or it's just some kind of holiday. Juneteenth is a day soaked in the hundreds of years of slave blood. Drenched, dripping wet with the blood of slaves. That's what Juneteenth is. Not about sitting up here having everybody over here remix our culture. Remix it. Oh, it's about Haitians and Africans. No. You want to see everybody, they know what they're doing. Oh, well, what y'all say when people are celebrating Cinco de Mayo? They're celebrating Cinco de Mayo. They're not saying Cinco de Blanco. Oh, Cinco Nigerio. Or Cinco no Puerto Rico. No, they honor things and what they are. When it comes down to us, then all of a sudden it's everybody and for all. And this is where she goes. Then yeah, I can sit up here. This is a quote from Kamala Harris, y'all. So again, the story, let me just correct that. History of Juneteenth, as we celebrate it, her words, as we honor it, the history, she uses the word story, the history of our ongoing fight to realize that promise. You realize how much when you change to put the right words that what she's saying is absolute horse crap? She just she put meaningless words in there instead of words that would mean something pertinent to the actual holiday. But that was purposely done to dilute what the holiday is about because it's not about all people. Not for some, but for all. Juneteenth is not about all people. How on earth are we talking about freed slaves and we're talking about freedoms for all people? Are you insane? But this is the disdain that these people have for black folks. Like we tell y'all, these people hate black people. Man, it's the best choice. No, she's not.
So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No.
Let me see. What's this other one here? Okay. Let me just show you. So this is them to Kirk Franklin. I'm gonna play this, but I gotta turn the sound off because I don't want to get no copyright strike. I actually like the Kirk Franklin song that they're doing though. And I mean, hey, it is what it is. But this is just crazy. Okay, here, let's appeal to the black community again. Let's go up here and have Joe Biden on the front listening to some gospel tunes. And then we'll have Gladys Knight and Patti LaBelle come out. Like, this isn't no inauguration concert. This is Juneteenth. And now we have concerts at the White House where all of the black people come out and perform. What's different about this than the master having all of his slaves have a jubilee and they get a chance to like do all of their stuff at the big house and entertain master and all of his workers? What the hell is the difference? I mean, so when people are calling this a jubilee, it is absolutely accurate. Don't get out here and come do a little jig. Well, get that fiddle on over here and then play some fiddle for me. Ooh, you niggers is so entertaining, I tell you. I just love you niggers. Niggers are so special. Boy, we got this Billy Porter over here. He really wants to be the magical Negro, and we should let him. I tell you what. There's no level of cooning that this guy won't do. So let's all make sure that we get this guy up here because at the end of the day, we know what we need. He's there for pride, not Juneteenth. Hope y'all catching that. The pair, along with Second Gentleman Doug Emhoff, welcomed dozens of state and federal lawmakers for the star-studded event. Here are some of the best moments. America's commander-in-chief used his speech to remind participants that the White House lawn never seen anything like this before regarding to the Juneteenth festivities. Our history is not just about the past. It's about our present and our future. It's whether that future a future for all of us, not just for some of us. How many of y'all know what the sound yes is? Not for some, for all of us. So, see, here's at a time when it's about honoring black folks and black folks' legacy here, it is always undercut with, well, you know, it's about all people and all people to benefit and all of this, all people that. We get all people to death when it is, I mean, you're talking Juneteenth. This is an event that really legitimately involves no other group, just like Cinco de Mayo. Yes, you could celebrate it, but let's not turn this into something it's not. It is about the ending of slavery in America. But let's hear from Vice President Kamala.
Next Wednesday, across our nation, Americans will come together with generations of loved ones to celebrate Juneteenth, to celebrate Black excellence and leadership, culture and community, resilience and resistance, and to remember our nation's history in full.
Y'all like getting a bunch of nothing, don't you? Because that's a bunch of nothing. That is absolutely a bunch of nothing. Okay. Okay. It's got a weird notification, but okay. Understand what's happening now. Sorry, back to business. So again, she's up here talking about using all these vague terms, just like what I just read you in that other quote. And here's more of the flim flam. these people have had black folks at their whim for far too long. They just know we'll get up and just say a few words. We'll string some sentences together, and and you know, you guys will clap for it like trained seals, and you know that'll just be that. You'll fall in line and do what old Joe wants, and you know, I bet you guys have never seen anything like this before. You know, it's the first time. Come on, man. Oh, but there's something else also. Well, let me show y'all some of these. There's some pictures here. Where is that? Let me get this. Bear with me 1 second. Okay, let me get this in here. Okay, so you heard Kamala.
White House lawn's never seen
Here's
anything like
Joe.
this before. That was outstanding. Thanks to all the performers here tonight to help us feel the power of black culture that is American culture. For the fitting tribute to Juneteenth.
Now, let's remember the last event at the White House was the hip hop thing, right? And actually, the last thing I think the hip hop thing was at Kamala's house, right? So she had the whole hip hop music is about American culture. No, it's black culture. Black culture, ma'am. And people be like, well, look, man, they got Billy Porter up there. See what they got around black folks. Let's see what Billy Porter say to right. That's not Juneteenth. Let's hear some more. They deep out there, aren't they? I got music on it though. Let me turn that off. Let me get this in here then. Let me show y'all. I'll do it there. Should be into the stage. Let me run that back. They deep out there, ain't they? In celebration is that Shay Pierre at the front of the stage. Who's that? Hey, deep out there. Out there ready for their plantation jubilee with their white chairs. They ain't even got cushiony chairs. Who's the big Negro? Hey, wait a minute. Who's this? Hey, who's that fella with the braids? That a basketball player? I'm assuming that's a basketball player. I'm trying to think of, look at all the people I'm seeing out here. Now, I guess for all of y'all DC and DC folks, because I think y'all would probably know the other randoms around here. Good Lord. Yeah, I think even what's his face? Oh, Bernie Sanders in the building. Yeah, you know, celebrating Juneteenth. I don't think you guys should be getting reparations, but I'm here to celebrate Juneteenth with you guys, man. Yeah. Huh. Lord, man, my mouse, what's going on here? Okay. Yeah, they deep out there at the Plantation Jubilee. That almost looks like a fish fry. That's kind of the vibe it's given, like a Clyburn fish fry. Oh, and then there's this though. See, so while the Biden administration and Kamala Harris are the 15th celebrations, and Joe Biden is looking as incoherent as can be. You have Happy Coon on deck. They real proud of this picture too, by the way. They real proud of that picture. They real proud of that. So as I'm loading this video up here, I'll tell y'all, man, Joe Biden is a piece of work. So he's incoherent over here when he come around black folks. Lip service and just tell you all about the bad things that I know you've been through and you already know because you live it. But you live through it. So you're here. We're gonna make sure that we get more billions to Ukraine. And we're gonna make sure that no illegal has to sleep on the street. So we'll kick out citizens and put the legals in there. In the meantime, let's just hold a jubilee for you, Black Americans. And while you got some brain-dead Negroes still among your ranks that still believe in Pan-Africanism, well, I'm going to go over here and talk to some real Africans, and we're going to talk dollars.
We're developing the first railway line to extend from Angola to the DRC, Zambia, to the Indian Ocean. I think this is a game changer. I really do. We're a continent that's going to have over 2 billion of people very shortly. And it really is a game changer.
Boosting the economy in Angola. I don't hear no brother come over and sharing the wealth, brother. It's changing economy. No. They're like, oh, you Negroes, you stay over there. There he is. We have nothing for you in the motherland. You're not one of us. See, they be over there getting broke off on the back end. That's what people don't know. And you got these brainies. Why are you guys fighting Africans and this and that? She sounds stupid. Them African governments over there willing and dealing. What we unifying with people who won't get their own corrupt black or African politicians up out the paint. And they over there giving y'all land away and giving you away. And please. These folks is nuts. But needless to say, this is the first part of what I wanted to talk about. Of course. Oh, man. We on that. We here, the Black Stars News Network. White House need to cut us a check. White House better cut us a check. I mean, because we are black media. I mean, we black-owned media. And so that's what I'm doing. And I'm going to be out here, and I'm going to cover this Juneteenth. See, we're going to have the Juneteenth celebration. And because we know some of them tangible people, them no tangibles, no vote people going to be here on Saturday. So, Joe Biden, the administration, see, what I did see, now I used my connections with Shea Pierre, and so I said, you know that Tariq Nasheed going to be coming to town, and now they're gonna have a whole rally about reparations for Juneteenth. So what we need to do, what you need is to have the Black Star Network. See, we need to partner up with the Biden administration and get some of those promotion and advertising dollars, and we need to go ahead and promote that Roland Martin is at the White House for Juneteenth, and we'll have this Juneteenth celebration early, so we can get in front of this rally for reparations thing that these fools are putting on. Ladies and gentlemen, Couch for President 2024. No black agenda, no vote. You understand me? And never forget, Ukraine is not our responsibility. Now, after tackling the longest story of the evening, go get to Hunter Biden. And the thing with Hunter Biden is the way that I'm hearing a lot of people talking. And I was listening. I was listening to D.L. Hughley this afternoon, right? And he was playing a bunch of calls. And a bunch of callers called in and was like, well, you know, I guess the question was, would Joe Biden or should Joe Biden pardon his son? And is he wrong for saying that he wasn't? I think that it was a multiple part question. So is he wrong for saying it or some other sort? And then also the other part of the question was, do you believe that he's going to pardon him anyway? So yes, he said that he was not going to pardon his son, but a lot of people believed he was going to do it anyway. And I don't think that they're wrong. That's probably pretty accurate. I could say that, you know, maybe one lasting thing that he would do if reelected would do that. You know what I'm saying? See, make sure I didn't miss anybody in the chat. Need a folding chair. I'll say like Alabama, like the pier. Yes, indeedy. Oh man. So let me see, because they was doing the most on this Hunter Biden thing. I can't find that. Let's see. See if I can find this, because I was listening. I want to hear a few different people talking about it. Okay, yeah, here we go. So I'm gonna play this sound. I'm glad I let that go. All right, let's hear this after this commercial airs. This commercial's almost done. I'll just play the sound off my phone. Okay.
Of 3 federal gun charges, the first time in history that the son of a sitting president has ever been convicted of a felony. President Biden said he respects the verdict and will not pardon his son. But apparently, this still has not convinced a lot of conservatives that we have an equal justice system. Take a look at the snowflakes.
The case is different, and clearly the evidence is overwhelming here. I don't think that's the case in the Trump trials, and all the charges that have been brought against them have been obviously brought for political purposes.
I think the American people are smart enough to know that these are 2 separate cases. There are 2 tiers of justice.
Hunter's case involved a clearly provable crime. Trump's involved a totally novel application of a state statute, a predicate crime never specified, a partisan prosecutor, and a compromised judge.
Just because one Democrat was convicted doesn't mean the American legal system isn't being abused.
That's funny, right? It's not even funny. It's startling. It's like, what do we have? Okay, so he gets convicted. That's not good enough. You bitched and moaned. You wanted something to happen. Something has happened. He's gone through the system, and that's how the system works. Do y'all not live here anymore? Do you not know how this is supposed to work? Am I crazy?
No, you're not.
Okay.
You know what I will say is that in a case like this, it was a very easy case to prove. 3 counts. They took 3 hours to deliberate. But in these kinds of cases, somebody filling out a form who is addicted to drugs and lies about being addicted to drugs, about 0.9% of those cases go to trial.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Tasia Taylor. And she wasn't smoking crack. She was only guilty of smoking marijuana. And they don't have her on 1, but 2 different cases. So they're going to say that these cases very rarely go to trial. Well, it's funny because she has the state case and the federal charge, but that's, I guess, supposedly rare when talking about Hunter Biden. That's why I put her picture up there. You see how she's already in the jumpsuit? Yeah. Keep that in mind as Sonny continues.
Okay, so that in and of itself makes it feel like a political prosecution, but I don't feel that way. I think no one is above the law.
Yes.
He committed a crime, and now he will pay the consequences. I don't think as a first offender and as an addict, because you're always an addict. We all have addicts in our families, whether.
Ooh, wee. Now are we soft shoeing or what? I'm telling you, man, this sister is away from her child. And they're trying to run her sentences, because she still has a whole nother case to fight. So she lost this or pled or whatever, how that went down. So she has two years on this. So she's away from her child for 2. I believe that's actually a sentence of 5. So she'll be on supervised provision. So she'll be on parole for 3 years with this case. And then on top of that, she has the other case of neglect, which also comes with a 2 to 6 year possible time frame. And they are not rushing that case. So if she has a decent attorney, maybe he will try to get get the time if she gets convicted on the other charge to run those times concurrently and give her credit for time served as she's already been serving for this. And then you'll just start date her sentence. And she should get out at the time when she's done serving this first sentence. So if, but hey, they could railroad this girl, man. But I just want y'all to see how it really looks, because they tried to make it be the most when that little boy shot that white teacher. She's suing him for millions. But here's this sister away from her kid for a gun. Yes, her son took the gun to school, shot the teacher. We don't know what the circumstances was that had him so freaked out. She has mentioned that the kid did have behavioral issues. She admitted that herself as the mother, but they still hemmed her up and sent her up the river for being neglectful and for smoking marijuana, filling out a gun application. Weed, not crack. Weed. But let's hear what Sonny has to say.
We want to talk about it or not. I think that a drug diversion program is appropriate. He'll never own a firearm again because he's a felon. Neither will Trump. Yeah. I don't think if you have
a diversion program. Oh, word. A diversion program. Say what now? What's that? Oh, okay.
If you're an addict, you should own a firearm. I think it's a safety thing for yourself and for society. But I will say this, he's got a tax trial coming up in September. And if you already have a prior conviction, you are much more likely to serve prison time. I would imagine his lawyers are telling him, you go and talk to LA, go and talk to the U.S. Attorney's Office, plead guilty, and let's put this away so that your father can continue just running for president and you yourself can get on with your life. What do y'all think?
The most striking thing was just
Here's the one striking thing for me is that it was literally Joe Biden's father, Hunter Biden's father, that put the disparity of crack out there, making it so much more worse. And then remember in the video I played that these people become predators. They're not socialized. And Hillary Clinton said, it doesn't matter what the circumstance was, they got them there. These people need to be brought to heel first, and then we'll try to fix them. The irony of it all. This is the whole crew that sat up there and had their bullseye on the black community and used crack as the tool to do that. Buzzer Cam in the building. I'm gonna respond to your comment in a minute, but I want to finish this because he's that dude has said things before. I personally don't know what made him flip off the deep end like that, but I'll get there. But moving back to this, they're continuously trying to put the energy out there that he shouldn't go to prison. The very same thing that they are. They was in Judah Queen. You remember that the school board meeting sounded like a Klan rally. They need to do something, and they knew that this kid was a problem, and they was calling a little 6-year-old boy a young man. The young man, no, he's a child. He is 6. The young man, 6-year-old, and the young man kept doing it. And then they put his mother in prison because someone had to pay because this blonde white woman got shot. And this little N can't be prosecuted to the fullest as an adult. So let's see. Oh, his mama was smoking weed when she filled out this application. Ooh, hear her bragging about smoking weed. That was part of how she got the time she got, because she was in text messages bragging about the weed. So what is it like when you are feeling something like out this and then literally taking a video of yourself with crack on a scale? So her texting her friend talking about smoking and smoking weed and getting high is somehow much, much worse than Hunter Biden weighing up crack and smoking crack and then admitting that he has a crack problem. Smoke crack with Joe Biden's other daughter-in-law. So it's so funny. And like I said, the irony of it all, that all of this crackiness is going on at the Biden residence. So remember when they kept finding cocaine at the White House and on Capitol Hill?
by that sort of spin is this completely undercuts the MAGA rights argument that we live in a rigged system with a weaponized Department of Justice and justice system meant to hurt Republicans. It showed.
Oh man, that's a really good spin on things. Ma'am, if you don't get the hell up out of here. Oh, the justice system works. Why don't you talk to the black community? So are you listening to what they're doing? I'm sure most people probably heard this and didn't think anything of it. the black community is most targeted by the law enforcement. Don't tell me about no MAGA Republicans or no white Democrats. There's nobody in either of them numbers who has legally been targeted like black folks have. But pay attention to how they're trying to do this.
But no one's above the law, even the president's own son, that like, oh, well, one Democrat was convicted. Democrats are convicted every day of crimes as they play out in the justice system. And I don't know that I think this has particular political impacts for Joe Biden. Hunter Biden's name is not on any ballot. To Sunny's point, two-thirds of Americans have addiction in their family. I've talked about my sister's a recovering addict. I think there's tremendous sympathy to somebody who's gone through recovery. Yeah. On the flip side, Donald Trump's conviction, I've been waiting on some data around this, but it proved what I suspected. 52% of independents think he should drop out of the race.
They don't like it.
No. 16% of Republicans think he should drop out of the race because he's a convicted felon.
Hunter Biden just got convicted of smoking crack while getting a gun. Why are we talking about Donald Trump? Well, what I'm trying to see, are y'all paying attention? So they're going over here, and what they're trying to do is basically leave the humongous elephant in the room out of the conversation, which is the over-targeting and policing of the black community when it comes down to the justice system. And they're like, oh man, see the MAGA. This ain't no conversation with just no MAGA people. Come on, man. And again, this is kind of why I'm taking my pointing my attention to The View, because they're right now one of the lasting lightning rods for shilling commentary, and right now they're ground zero for the agenda. And see, here's where The View is going to be where right wing white agenda and left wing right agenda meet and then go forth together, like you're hearing right now.
That second number is important to me because that models those kind of protest votes we saw in GOP primaries of people voting for someone other than Trump. I think there is this portion of the Republican Party who still believes in conservative values, the rule of law, the American justice system, that does not want Donald Trump in office.
I hope you're right. I personally have all my faith in the justice system, having seen what happened with Trump and what's happening with this guy. And I saw this graphic on.
It's kind of funny that, when probably one of the most noticeable times of seeing the justice system at work, Derek Chauvin, anybody? Gregory McMichaels, Travis McMichaels, and the other idiot, always forget his name. Amber Geiger. What is that sister from Minnesota? What's that white woman from Minnesota? Ain't that Minnesota? I even got her face is one of my thumbnails. I always forget that woman's name because they kept bringing her in there with the sweater. Told you that, boy, that sweater game. And somebody said in my comments about the sweater thing, it was the Menendez brothers. And the Menendez brothers, after they whacked out their parents, they had them coming, showing up in court with them sweaters on. That didn't help their ass, but that show did. They came in. I think one of the brothers had on glasses. So yeah, they do that. Especially with the white women, they homely them up. Like Amber Geiger. Amber Geiger was coming in all homely with the sweater. Like, yeah, stop it. Stop it. Let's hear some more.
COs put it up there. These are all of the people in the Trump orbit who have been, who basically ended up in prison. These are all of them.
That's not even all of them.
Steve Bannon, Peter Navarro, Michael Cohen, Paul Manafort, George Papadopoulos, Roger Stone, Rick Gates, and Alan Weisselberg. They've all gone to prison. So when you feel bad about the system and you think, gee, we're going to get stuck with The system is working.
Yeah. I think that's the reassuring part is that you saw the juries in both of these cases handle this as they were supposed to. In both, they knew the names. They said it didn't play into it. It was the evidence at hand. I think the reason the Republicans are mad is kind of to what Alyssa said. It took the wind out of their sails. That was a really strong argument for them to say the system's rigged. They'll come for you next. And I think the fact that
the system does not work. And no, we don't have any. The system does not work, man. The system of white supremacy does, though. Let's keep it a buck. And speaking of the system, oh man, where's this other thing? Because there was something else I saw today. So if y'all saw my video about Michael Richards, I ain't got to do a video on this because, yeah. I don't know if y'all heard this one yet. Oh, let me get past this little ad here. Because, they be hitting me on copyright. I would play this. I'm going to just play the sound because they be tearing. They don't like the view getting used as teaching tools.
Two movement brought down some of the most powerful men in the entertainment business and politics. An op-ed in the New York Times is asking if we'll ever forgive any of them. Here's what Oscar-winning actor Kevin Spacey, who's never actually been convicted of sexual misconduct, told Piers Morgan about the...
Who's never, ever... You catch that? Michael Jackson never, ever was convicted. But the reason why she did the never, ever... They know what they doing, family. So they know they coming out here to do some cleaning, but still damn Bill Cosby. So Kevin Spacey was never, ever convicted. Let's hear more.
Multiple allegations against him. Watch the clip.
What's your idea of bad behavior when you look back at what you were doing? Pushing the boundaries. In what way? I mean, being too handsy, touching someone sexually, groping people in a way that I didn't know at the time they didn't want. Where do you live now? Where I have been living in Baltimore is being foreclosed on it. My house is being sold at auction. Why is it being foreclosed? Because I can't pay the bills that I owe. Do you mind me asking how much you owe? It's considerable. Millions? Many millions, yes.
I can suddenly hear the sounds of Dionne Warwick and Stevie Wonder. Melba Moore? Because that's what friends are for. Let's see how they going to do their friend.
Millions. So, Spacey has been accused by more than 20 men of inappropriate behavior, including sexual assault, but he has never been found guilty of sexual assault in court.
And many of the charges were dismissed as well.
Yeah. And then there are many others. Harvey Weinstein, we know he went to prison.
Yes.
But his was, I think that Harvey's was very serious. It was rape.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
So
kind of touching on the problem. If you're asking, should these people be forgiven? The problem is they've always been grouped in the same bucket. And that was a spectrum to start with. You've got Harvey Weinstein, which will be the only name I use, who's the most egregious. You've got predatory behavior. You've got abuse. You've got, some people accused of things that are pedophilia. You've got then people that had consensual relationships but had a power dynamic. So inappropriate, but maybe not, it's not Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tavis Smiley. Yeah, was popping Fannie Willis. It's so funny to me that everybody, oh yeah, she was over there. There's no law against this. There was no law against Tavis neither. But all of this there, when you're a man in this position and blah, blah, blah. Right? Oh boy, y'all. Okay, so Michael Richards earlier this week or last week They own it. So they right here. So about the end, because I didn't do a broadcast last week. So yeah, they own the cleanup tour. One a week. Last week was Michael Richards. This week is Kevin Spacey. And they let sit a little bit. Let me work. Man, if y'all don't get the hell up out of here. But Jonathan Majors is an abuser? And the other thing that she started breaking down the different levels of the Me Too people. Oh, word? Well, they just got lumped in together. You don't say. So when all that irresponsibility was going on with all of that intersectionality, blame black men and blame this and that, when all that was going on, this wasn't a thought. Man, miss me.
Public opinion, the sentencing guidelines are you will serve a life sentence, and that's the problem. Is it doesn't address the crime.
Let me ask you something. This guy, what's his name? Spurlock. Yeah. Morgan Spurlock. Well, I mean, he died last month, but he admitted, he confessed to college-era rape accusations and an incident of workplace sexual harassment. So he was ready to be rehabbed. There's a little bit of a difference, don't you think?
He was ready to be rehabbed. I think what he did was he took accountability for something that no one would have known about. He wrote a post on social media, and he admitted to serial infidelities. He said he had settled an allegation of sexual harassment from a former assistant, and he also said he had been accused of rape in college. Now, this ended his documentary career. What do we want from people? Do we want, and had he not said that, no one would know. And so, in my view,
you don't think he got ahead of it, and that somebody would have?
No, it's possible, but my point here is he came forward to atone, and his reputation was still tarnished. So, would he have fared?
You hear how they use so Sonny is the clean up white man. I guess obviously that's her job. Sonny cosplay as FBA just like Kamami Harris. Absolutely. This is crazy. This is crazy. I mean, next they gonna have Alec Baldwin on there. Yeah, I smoke again, but I mean, hey, it wasn't my gun. I wanted to just play a piece of this because I was listening to this earlier. I'm like, yo, y'all really trying to clean this dude up. So I'm just saying, when all the vitriol they be having for us, all of the, oh man, never need to be heard from again. Let's take Bill Cosby's stuff down. Let's take down the Cosby Show. I remember the Cosby Show went from being on Prime till he got convicted. That thing was on one of them like free apps. It's like that's the whole Cosby library on a free app. That's why he was gone and locked up. Day one he touched down, that was it. All that free Cosby stuff got straight taken down. In the Mix Radio said Cosby saved NBC, and that is a fact. That is a humongous fact. I think I've heard. Well, let me hear some more of this because she's really working on it.
Had he stayed silent, and I think there is a spectrum of behavior. You have Harvey Weinstein, certainly all over to the left.
That's fine.
And then you have, let's say, someone who makes you feel creepy or looks at you a certain way or says to you, "You look beautiful today," but you don't receive that well. Is it time now?
Why didn't she use Jonathan Majors? Just saying.
To maybe, people have consequences. I don't believe in cancel culture. I believe in the
consequences. What happened to forgiveness in this
But
society?
is that when someone said you look beautiful today? That's bad.
Well, but I just
I don't mind it.
to some women, that is part of the Me Too movement.
I think there were a lot of positives that came out of Me Too. One is teaching us about consent and the importance of it. I think talking about power dynamics and how that factors into sexual relationships. And I think putting a spotlight in the fact that 1 in 3 women will likely be sexually assaulted in their lifetime.
Because that's what that is. That's assault. We are. Who doesn't know what consent is? Who the hell don't know what consent is? What are you talking about? Well, the one thing that it did do is it brought us to understanding how the world of consent. If you don't stop, please. So I think I played enough of that. I just really wanted to play you a bit of that because, you know, remember, Sonny's over here screaming on black men, right? Over there trying to pressure Charlemagne into endorsing Joe Biden, trying to jump on Killer Mike. Man, and you're supposed to be a host, but here's Kevin Spacey. Here's Michael Richards. They didn't get that treatment. So I'm saying you just got to look at these people and be like, yo, these folks ain't for us. And we just got to leave it be, you know, because that's just simply what it is. They ain't for us. They're not for us at all. Now, with that being said, speaking of not for us, it's one more out of touch before we go this evening. Like I said, I'm gonna have to start labeling this little segment something. Y'all give me the tether files. I don't know. We're going to have to call it something. But I don't know. I don't know why this is happening, but you know, it's happening more and more, and you know, we're gonna have to start naming this as an official segment at some point because it just keeps happening. So again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to the weekly wrap up.
Tick faster. That'll be the hour they knock the slick blaster. Dick dastardly, a Muttley with sick laughter. A gunfight and they come to cut the mix master. And living the true gods. Giving y'all nothing but the lick like 2 broads. Got more lyrics than the church got ooh lords. And they hold the mic at your attention like 2 swords. Or you the one with 2 blades on it. Hey you, don't touch the mic like it's AIDS on it.
All right. So lastly this evening, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure some of y'all have seen this on Twitter, or X, formerly known as Twitter. And you know this is Juneteenth weekend. The holiday is next Wednesday, commemorating our ancestors' struggle in this country, the lives lost on plantations, and the perseverance of our culture. With that being said, here's another tether telling us that we don't know who we are. She's a Nigerian who comes from the people who majority, from what we can see, call us Akatas. So let's hear what the Dahomey woman has to say.
To that. Some of us are here to figure out the truth, and more of our people destroying it. You are now working just like them. You are actually working for them because they are trying.
You know, I can't stand hearing a tether come over here and tell us about white supremacy. Can't stand it. Y'all come from colonized environments, colonized minds. We ain't you. We're not colonized. We're the one who fought back. You didn't. You fled. Here you are over here enjoying America, talking about what we do. And again, the reason why y'all are starting to see this is because these folks are realizing all these folks, they don't belong here. A lot of these people are here illegally. Why do you think they worry? They jumping out the window. Y'all gonna ruin my TikTok business. I got this little hustle over here. I'm working. Oh man, y'all finna get me sent right back to the village. Yeah. You are hearing the tone of concern, ladies and gentlemen.
To wipe us out, and you are helping them to do so by falsing history.
By falsing history. So by us knowing our history to this country, some of us knowing our history, even going back to Europe, they always I cannot help but, and I'm sure most of these people have seen the Hidden Colors, so it's not like this information is completely foreign to them. Y'all been in spaces with some of us, like there's people, some of us over here in this grassroots movement that are descendants of these people. So it's amazing to me that these folks be like, well, you know, you guys just don't know who you are. Well, we couldn't be Nigerian because our country is older than yours. Now, you might be the homie, but then again, you also have to ask, we have to ask you, do you hail from the people who brought them last two ships here? Because you know that myth, that myth was not a myth, because the fact of the last two ships coming to America trying to drop off slaves was from the Dahomies, Woman King. They always like leaving that out. You don't know who you are.
So please, please, please stop. Stop before you make people angry, please.
Who?
And don't come on my page and tell me, yeah, I'm not African. If you're not African, why are you even wasting your time here? Don't come and talk to me.
I want to come over here and scream on you black people, but don't come here. Don't come here and talk to me if you are not African. I'm a black American. Moorish at that. Some of us still wear the name. I mean, you got family crests tied to black folks here. Why do you think them white folks that came here, they knew they was white peasants, and they knew the black folks over here wasn't? There's a long-standing jealousy there. So people like, when you get these people come around talking about, oh, they just hate you for the color of your skin. No, that just ain't it. Hell no, these folks are the peasants when you were the ruling class. Kind of makes sense. When your ass was the ruler. Look at these damn Africans out of here. What do y'all know about us? When our ancestors was over there putting the foot up Europeans' asses over there in Europe, Spain, Portugal, and all them places, while black folks was actually the Roman Catholic popes. They whitewashed all that history. Went over there, the Russians started trying to paint over them icons. You go over to Russia, the Mother Russia. Why on earth are the painting of the saints black in Russia? But y'all was kings and shit. Y'all was broke, bummy, eating each other and shit. Disease ridden because you didn't cut your hair or use soap, a fork, or a knife. Let these people, I mean, I don't have to go to ancient Egypt. Showed you how to get running water popping and how to make a toilet and have a toilet away from your actual dwelling. So these people come over here, you don't know who you are. BS, ma'am. You don't know who we are. You can take your Watusi, your monkey ass back to your motherland if you want to. I don't think so, ma'am.
Don't talk to me. Don't come to my page. I'm not African. I'm Native. You are Native American. Who? What? When?
Now you just are ranting about history. What historic scholars, or well, what did historic scholars say about the first travelers who came to the Americas and landed on these coasts? What did they say the natives looked like? They definitely didn't see the people that go by native today. That's most definitely not who they saw. You know? But, you know, let her tell us some more.
When? Oh, when?
Oh, yeah, that's right. By the way, the brother that was the interpreter on Columbus's ship, he was a Hebrew interpreter. Also, the old writing here that is found in stone, so the early Cherokees also wrote in Hebrew. So if you weren't aware, because you say you're Native American. My hair is jet black. Who else are we? But you got to understand who you're referring to. Again, you still can go all the way back to Europe. And then where did those folks come from? I mean, it's a rabbit hole that this African knows exactly what she's doing. That's why people like this can only come out and start screaming at you. That's about it. And at this point where you start to stand up for yourself and say, this is my identity, now you're starting to come into yourself. That's what what their problem is. Because coming into your own is something that, think of this, family. Everything about us was ripped away, stripped. And now here we are, once again, saying this is who we are, not how you defined us, but what we tell you we are. And we honor our lineage, just as our ancestors before us. Let's hear some more.
I really hope that you lots that claim not to be African, I hope that you heal. Because there is some damage going on inside you that only God can heal you. So I hope you heal. And when you are done healing, come, we will embrace you. Because we Africans, we know our people. We know our people. You can bleach, you can change your nose, you can change.
Say what? We can bleach. Is she talking to her folks? I'm confused. We don't do cake soak here, man. We're not the cake soak people. Cake soak, shout out Red Joker. We don't do that here, ma'am. I'm confused. The hell is she talking about? Wow. Now she's just saying anything. And maybe that's where we're at with it. Now she's just saying anything, and Who you guys don't know? But all this is about anti-delineation. And I guess now being 2 years off up into a full-blown delineation situation, they feeling the heat. And some people feeling that their times, their days in America are numbered.
Your eyes, you can do whatever to be Caucasian. We know you. We know our people. Some of you lot, you have never even been to the motherland. What are you scared of? Go and see. You know why you don't want to go? Because you don't want to face the truth. Because you know when you get to the motherland, you'll be ashamed of yourself. Because you faking history. Fake identity you are creating on yourself. You claim not to be African. And that is why you cannot put your foot on the
There's more. Hold on now. Oh, I don't know what's going on here. It's just freezing. Hold on. I get this thing to act right. So I don't know what's happening here. All right. It's the sound. Good grief. What happened there? Okay. And here's part deuce.
you know who you are. But for some reason, you deny it. But let me tell you, I'm not your enemy. African people are not your enemies. Okay? We all went through something. Actually, you lot were even lucky. You fought for your freedom. You had the opportunity to be superstars. You made
Now your eyebrows should start, your antennas should start going up at this point, family. Now what?
billions, multiple millions. You made billions, multiple millions with talent. You made billions, multiple millions with your talent. And yet Africa was still suffering. Africa, you made billions, multiple millions with your talent. And yet Africa was still suffering. Africa was being still destroyed, and still till now. Africa became the lab.
See, she went on a big rant. Right? You guys don't know, but that right there, oh, she got to the business of it now. You make billions, millions off of your talent. How much more will you have when you get reparations and Africa is still hurting?
You have no rights here. We're not under the empire.
Babylon is falling. Babylon is falling. Let it fall and let us rise. Can you dig it? Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. You all making all of that money and Africa's just over here and squandered. Wait. See, I don't like that. I don't like that. That's just so grifty, grimy. Man, y'all over there doing it big, and then y'all get rich and don't be sending no money over here. We not from Africa. Your people over here, hit up Akon. What you talking about? Yeah, you hit up Akon. You talking to us for? I don't think so. Yeah, she just the Church of Black Power. She said the quiet part out loud. She sure did. She sure did. Yeah. That's what that's about. It's about that money. If y'all remember, man. Okay, for the when the Twitter Spaces started popping off with the rigmarole going on with the all the tethers coming in there, and the xenophobic crap started popping up. I hopped in one of them spaces because I was tired of people missing the message of what these tethers really want. So they don't believe that you hate Africans. That's just the way in for the conversation. They know what they doing. So when I got up there and started talking to my Africans, I'm like, why do you keep lying to these people like you doing? You keep acting like it's about this or it's about that. It ain't about nothing but the money. You want part of that reparations. Do you know the response that I got from this African was talking about 72 point something billion or trillion, 17 trillion. So he already had dollar figures in his mind. He had our money calculated in his mind. You could run off 17 trillion to me? Why do we have people that hate Africa? But when I said, yeah, it ain't about nothing, he just started laughing. What are you guys going to do with all that money? And from the rest was history. After that conversation in Spaces, the rest was history. Because I wanted to make sure that I keep hearing all this conversation like it's about a culture war. No, this is a grifter war. They are coming over here to grift on our claim. They've been able to tether in, and when we're unraveling them threads, they went to panic mode. And this again is what you witnessing with that woman. That is panic mode. And I say, hold your nuts. Because we was Akatas, Jareers, and everything else in the book. We were never slaves like you. Well, you don't say. I guess you won't be getting none of this reparations now, will you? How about that? So, with that being said, there might be people that, don't understand our position. Kind of crazy, but nonetheless, there possibly could be some. And I'm saying that generously, not believing that to at all be true, but there may be some new to the world and new to understanding and have had the blinders on for most of their existence. Well, if that is you, welcome to the new day. But there's others that just simply going to be gone to sleep for good.
And I'm telling you, as a psychologist, I'm not going to be able to psychologize all of them on the corner. Some of them going to sleep for good.
And I want y'all to remember, every time you see a black face don't mean a black agenda, because a black face in the place showing up when it's time to have some honor about our heritage, our culture, and our ancestors. You might have some buck-broken Negroes showing up telling you about it. And if you think that our issue should be lumped in with all of these other groups and their agendas, well, I most definitely speak for myself, Beatzilla PDX Official, the Beatzilla PDX Official Show. Those of you in the chat, the voice, the grassroots, and the voices of new black media. Because I know I can safely speak for all the parties involved when we proudly dedicate this Juneteenth edition song to you.
Get up off of that cocaine and get up off of that crack.
Yes, indeed. And Billy, you get a double extra.
Sambo.
And always remember, ladies and gentlemen, hashtag hands off our reparations.
You have no rights here. We're not under the empire.
Yes, indeed. So, we have came to the close. Again, I hope you guys are enjoying the new format of this channel. There is definitely more content coming, and more content now that you guys see. So I hope you are enjoying that. I enjoy being able to cover more topics in depth. And those, of course, will be the shorter videos. This is the live, so it's 2 hours. These still don't nearly go as long as we used to, because I think one New Year's, I think we went like 5 hours. I did a 5-hour live one year. Black Spider in the house. Salute to you. Thank you for being a member, and thank you for the super sticker. Appreciate it. Peace, power, blessings, and protection be upon you and yours, my good sister. Thank you. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I think we did some long ones before, family. So if you go back down into some of them older videos, you'd be like, dang, there's some long videos. But right now we're right around 2 hours on the live. Most of the other videos, none of those will be over an hour. And so again, like I said, we're getting more to you guys. Oh, real quick, before I go, where is that? Where is that? I know how to go back up here because I wanted to address something before I do go. Where you at? I scroll back up in this chat ways. But to Buzzer Cam's point, let's see, I'm trying to get back up to where you were, Buzzer Cam. Did I pass it? I think I passed it. Because I saw what you said, Buzzer Cam, and I want to address that before I go, because I said I would address it. And let's see. Bear with me 1 second. I want to touch this point real quick. Where's Buzzer Cam's comment? There we go. I'm going to go ahead. Okay. So Buzzer Cam said, this Kareem Bliss Johnson said, no reparations. This a wrap on that. Ever heard of him look him up now? Oh, yeah. So my partner, Black Star TV, Antithesis, salute to you. Thank you for being here as well. Black First. My partner, Black Star TV 2.0, actually did a live with him, and he was basically sounding crazy then and sounded off like a loon. And I'm gonna tell you, like, Bliss has absolutely had some good, powerful stuff to say in the past. I'm not sure where his philosophy is really centered in looking at reparations. Really, truth be told, he is just kind of morphed into a reparations hater. And that's pretty much the long and short of it. Again, I'm not sure what is went on with the brother, but that brother has definitely been solid. Here with this, I don't know. That's all I can really say. So yeah, if you ask, have I heard of him? Of course. Absolutely. Yeah. Blizz is not new to me. But like I said, what he's doing, yeah, that's a little on the different side. So there's been a few folks that I've mutual people we know that have kind of stepped away from him. I I can't call it, man. It's all I can say. I can't call it. But I wanted to address that before I got out of here. So with that being said, you know, some things people are around for a season, and then some people stay consistent, like this channel here. And so thank all of you for tuning in and supporting this channel and coming back in the replay gang. Salute to all of you. I appreciate each and every one of you. So thank you again for holding it down in all of these videos. If you guys have not seen the videos that have came out this week, please go check those out. And also hit your notification bell. Hit that word all, because you'll be notified every time. Well, you should be notified. Let me know if you're not. Notified anytime a video is posted, uploaded, premieres, or live broadcast such as this is up on you. So please make sure you do that. And with that being said, keep your three smooth stones at the ready and your slingshot nearby. Stay black, stay vigilant, stay alive. Black first, black first, black first. Shalom, y'all. Have a blessed weekend. Happy Juneteenth.
When you know who Satan is, yes, sir, you don't have to kill him. No. The stone of truth. Yes. See, that's what you throw. Yes, right. Allah says, had we wished to take a pastime from before, surely we would have done it. Nay, we cast truth at falsehood till we knock out its brains. Every one of you that knows the truth, stand up and tell it from the mountaintop. Black people can't take it no more. So wherever you are on the job, in the factory, I don't care where you are. If you know the truth, stand up on the truth and tell Satan, who the hell are you to try and pick my friends? Farrakhan is God's man, and you are from the enemy of God. So to hell with you. Stand up on it like a man.
Yeah.